Chris McCumber, president for South Jersey chapter. We were actually chasing them guys down from 2013 to 2015 because at the time they were only doing one chapter a year. So we didn't get in actually until 2015, I think, the beginning of 16, and we've been a chapter ever since. Like I said, me and my buddy Jason, we've been collecting Cadillacs and building Cadillacs, and we tried to start our own little club out here called Cadillac Problems. And we it was just me and Jason. We'd go to shows, and it would be two Cadillacs, me and Jason. And it was like that for a good 6 or 7 years. So then once we started following some of the kings on Instagram, we were like, man, we got to become kings. That was our goal. And for us, like I said, we chased them down for 2 years. And finally, we ended up getting a hold of Chad and Tim and out in Vegas. And, one thing led to another. And we got another guy to join with us that had a 63 coupe. And next thing you know, we're filling out paperwork. And, for me, it means a lot. Yeah, all my friends growing up were 69 Camaros. So I'm 51, so everybody I went to high school with wanted a Chevelle or a Camaro. And I think it was Scarface came out. We weren't even old enough to go in the movie theater, and we snuck in the movie theater and watched Scarface. And when he pulled up in that Cadillac with the tiger stripes and was like, "It's a green puff," that was it for me. That was it. The best thing that when we went to Vegas for the first barbecue, me, Jason, and Dana Mulvaney, we went out there, and that was like a defining moment for our chapter. That kind of solidified the idea that we were going to stay, and we were a part of something pretty big. That was cool because out here we didn't see that many Cadillacs in one place. I mean, we go to the hotel there, the last hotel, and where they had the barbecue, and 30 Cadillacs pull up, and we were like just beside ourselves. 59 coupe. I have two actually, 59 coupe or a 58 Fleetwood Series 62. And I had it and I sold it and I bought it back and sold it again. That was the earliest, yeah. That was the earliest, but I've even through high school, the Fleetwoods, the 70s and 80 Fleetwoods, and I had a 1990 Fleetwood. So I've never driven anything else but a Cadillac. For my first car was a 1991 Fleetwood. No,
Cadillac to it.
never. Nope. Nope. I will ruin Cadillacs like you wouldn't believe, modify, but we ain't going green. No. No. We were part of LaSalle, me and Jason early on before we became kings. And, I can appreciate original Cadillacs, but they just look so much nicer laid out. White wall, wide whites. There's just nothing like it. All our shows out here got canceled too, so we would just get together, me, Jason, and John, and another guy, Dave. We would just get together by ourselves and go to Wawa and have, at the time, the Wawa they would have to make your coffee. Like we weren't even allowed to make our own coffee. So they would make our coffee, but we kept meeting anyway. And Jason's my best friend. So me and him talk every day anyway, and our out here, on the on our coast here on the East Coast, it's not like it is out there. Like we gotta look for guys with Cadillacs that want to join. We're blessed now. 2021. This is our best year. We got 7 guys now. That's big for us. Now we were pretty solid. All of our guys are hardworking men that have families. They're pretty stable. I mean, of course, and I honestly, most of us were pretty much on the same page. When this is over, we're going to rock. Now, if anything, I think we grew more. I mean, I think we really came out of this thing stronger than we went in it.
Okay.
That's just what I saw. I mean, there was a rally around the North Carolina chapter, Nick and them guys, and Tony, and then Skylar out in Utah. I mean, people were still stacking and racking Cadillacs. We were buying and selling Cadillacs like crazy. So it wasn't. I don't think that personally. I think we came out stronger than we went in, even without the barbecue. You know, because I paid for that tickets and everything. I didn't even get reimbursed. You know what I mean? So, and we, you know, we were still okay. So we had, like I said, they were only doing one or two chapters a year for a couple of years. Only when I went out to Orange County did we start doing more than one chapter a year. So, I mean, in the last 18 months, I think last year and a half, we probably had 5 chapters start. If that happened, there would have to be, you know, separate pockets. Because I mean, you know, if even now you think about 38 chapters trying to make the all chapter barbecue, and you got people, Kevin and them guys out in UK and Australia, and you know, and I can tell you this much: it's only a matter of time before Japan wants to rock this symbol. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's possible we could get too big. It's very possible, something like that.
Okay.
Because I mean, you know, at this point in time, you know, it's only the way I see it, it's only going to get bigger. The more, I mean, you look on Instagram and you type in Cadillac Kings, and it's like, I mean, you got 30, 40, 50 pages you can look at. Oh no, oh no, no, no. I mean, there's just something about, and I think that kind of the topic came up a little bit about the logo and all. There's just something about the pride of, you know, not just, you know, being a Cadillac king per se, like Cadillac cars, but there's a lifestyle, there's a persona around this whole thing that, you know, it draws people in. You know, I mean, I go places and sometimes every once in a while we'll see a Cadillac at a show, and then they want to jump on board, and you know, they look at our plaques, they look at our stickers, and then when they find out that, you know, we're worldwide, they're intrigued. From my personal perspective, I like the way this club is because, you know, we got a lot of different car clubs in our area, and you know, one thing I didn't want this to be when I joined up was I didn't want it to be like a biker gang where we all had colors and there was like this false sense of loyalty to like misguided values. You know, like we were going to go out and start clubbing people. You know, I like that it's a family oriented thing. It's a passion. You know, it's a love for Cadillacs and building Cadillacs and helping the next one. You know, I mean, I got a wife, and you know, I wasn't blessed enough to have kids yet, but I mean, I don't think that I think that boat has sailed. But all the other guys I know that have kids and bring them in, you know, for me, it's me and my wife, and we love it. She does the whole rockabilly thing, and we dress up, we play the part, and we go to shows, and we take the convertible, we'll take the 60 or whatever we got, the 71, whatever we're rolling in, and we're in it, man. And I like the structure that we have, especially me and Jason. Like I said, we're best friends. He's VP, I'm the president, and it's been that way since we started. I've even said to Jay, listen, do you want to take the president spot for a little while? And he's like, it doesn't really matter because we're both equal. You know, you could say I'm the president, but when it comes right down to it, we all have a vote, you know? This is my wife, Kim, and this
Hey.
is Chucky.
How you doing?
Sorry to interrupt.
Not a dictatorship here. We all have an equal say. There's no on paper president, vice president, sergeant at arms, secretary, but that's just on paper. You know, we're just you know we're all equal. So future plans for our chapter is just to continue to grow our chapter and try to get a big Cadillac following here in South Jersey. We do, like I said, we have 7 guys now, and that's the biggest we've ever been. And you know, everybody's got a running driving car, and it's nice to roll in with 7 guys. You know, we got a little bit of Cadillac envy when we watch Orange County roll in with 21 Cadillacs. or Vegas with 30 caddies, but 7 for us is good. But I think maybe down the road for us on the East Coast, I had mentioned it when we were in Orange County a couple of years ago. It may be easier for us on the East Coast to try to do something, with our chapter heads, maybe biannually, so we can meet on the East Coast rather than all of us trying to go out every year or every other year to the West Coast. Because listen, I mean, could we put a bid in to host the barbecue? But nobody's coming to Atlantic City. You know what I mean? All you got, 50 or 20 some chapters on the West Coast. We loved about the trip to Vegas and the trip to California. That's what we love because the one year I was going to bring my caddy, and I was in paid transport and everything. I was going to bring my convertible, and it just fell through. So, but I think you're right. Everybody wants to bring their car because who don't want to bring their car to a Cadillac barbecue? I think what I would like to try to do would be try to set something up here with the East Coast chapters first and see how it goes. Because if Florida and Carolina and New York, I mean, Brooklyn was our baby. We brought Brooklyn in. We introduced them to Chad and everything, and they came down to one of our shows in Atlantic City at the Showboat, and it was nice. So that's the future. I see that happening. Something with in the middle, somewhere between Carolina, Georgia, somewhere like that where we can, or Virginia, so we can all drive a few hours and meet. No doubt. I mean, it's the camaraderie too. Me and Jason, like I said, we're best friends, but me and him, I mean, literally every night we go get coffee in our Cadillacs every night. I mean, literally we could probably make a post every night in our cars, me and Jason, so because he lives a mile from me, like right down the road, we have a shop right behind Jason's house. We used to have an 8-bay shop, and then we downsized to 4 bays, and now we just got Jason's shop, and I'm getting ready to build one on the corner of my property. But yeah, and work is different. I'm not a corrections officer. I work in every state prison in New Jersey, and what I do is I go in and I do a recovery wellness plan. I'm a behavioral health tech, and I do a 9-domain recovery wellness plan for guys coming home on parole or maxing out, and I basically set them up for success when they leave the prison system, and then I follow them for a year on the street. And I just, mentor, big brother, sponsor, recovery coach, whatever you want to call it. 20 years, May, June, July, August, September. 20 years, 4 months, and 10 days. And what makes it more, I've been where they're at. There's 7 prisons in the state of New Jersey. And at one time, I was an inmate at 5 of those 7 prisons. I was homeless and lived behind a junkyard in an abandoned 89 Fleetwood. I just opened up a 6,500 square foot clubhouse, a recovery community center. So
That's
we do,
awesome.
yeah, we do all that stuff there too. So I think the biggest thing for me, I'm a big person. I try to just keep the focus on myself. There's a lot of things that other people can do and function, and leisure activities, um, social drinking, and stuff like that. It's just not my me, Chris McCumber. I know my limitations, and it was never what kind of drugs or alcohol I did or how much I did. It always came back to what happens to me when I do that, you know, and I end up in a jackpot. But I think the recovery part for me, with the guys that joined our club, I think they're attracted to the lifestyle that me and Jason live. Jason just celebrated 12 years. He was actually one of my patients when he was in treatment. I used to work in a treatment center for 12 or 13 years. And, then he left and came back. And, now he's been in recovery for 12 plus years. But some of the other, we have two or three younger guys and a couple older guys that are established. And like that whole, like I was saying, that whole biker mentality, like we're some kind of, biker club, like that doesn't exist in our little thing,
Word.
Passion.
Say it one more time.
Passion.
Can you elaborate a little bit?
It's okay. I'll go further. It's an addiction. Me and Chad just picked up a car from Jason's. He just sent me the picture. So when I think about Cadillacs and the Cadillac Kings and what we do, it's a passion. And and I'll say this, elaborate a little bit more. With that passion comes a purpose, right? So just like my lifestyle that I work and what I do for a living in my own personal recovery journey, I have a passion and a purpose. My passion is to help people, and my purpose is to help people. So when I turn that into my purpose is on this earth is to recover as many Cadillacs as I can and put them back on the road.
That's awesome.
So not only are me and Jason, we're recovering people in long-term recovery, but we're also trying to recover Cadillacs too. I think that's great. And listen, I mean, think about it though, there's a lot of different clubs out in East LA that have been around since the 40s and the 50s. And, in another 10 years, the Cadillac Kings is going to be one of them clubs. I went on the website. What I do when we go to shows, I took the Cadillac Kings club history and I had it blown up real big. And it's on my wall. And I bring it to shows. And the thing, and I got the rug and everything, and I put it out because people are like, they see the plaque and they don't know. But once they read everything, and then I have a short video that I made of all the because when I looked on Instagram and YouTube, you can YouTube a bunch of the barbecue videos. So there's like 7 or 8, maybe 10 of them on there, and I looped them all.
One of those is mine.
Yeah. And I looped them all, and I would play that on my iPad at car shows. I think that's the hit, man, telling the story. And we're all doing it, each and every one of us. Look at all these people that want to join this club. I mean, the attraction to what Wes and them guys started out there, and the modifications that have taken place to some of these cars is just staggering. I think about it all the time. I look at all the clubs over there on the West Coast, and then how we're creeping in on the East Coast and over in Australia and Canada. And them guys in Canada are killing it, man. One dude from Canada came to our barbecue that we had here with his 18-wheeler. He parked it out front of my house. It's crazy. For me, I have 3 or 4 caddies. So I have one most of the time that I can keep outside. So I have the other ones that I have to keep inside. I'm building a 56. But for us, we got April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November is our last show. It's called the Pumpkin Run. And then during the winter, if there's no snow, because what kills us, not so much the snow and cold, what kills us is the brine and the salt they put on the roads. So if I take my car out, let's say it snowed on Monday and they salted the roads, I wouldn't take my car out till Friday. Even if I did take it out, I would rinse it off before I put it away and dry it, because it's what they put on the roads.
All right. Well, you have a great day and a
Yeah,
great
they
night.
need to. Tell Wes I said, forget about it.